The iPhone 8 doesn't seem to be getting the reception that new iPhones usually get. It didn't fully sell out like iPhones do every year, and the legendary lines at stores were, well, not there. The general consensus is that most people are waiting for the iPhone 10. So, the question of the year? Who is this iPhone for? I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and let's find out in our iPhone 8 review, brought to you by dbrand. Iteration on the side of caution has been the Apple way for decades. You can see it in the Mac, where you only see a design change every 4 years or so. You saw it with iPhones every 2 years as well. But did you notice that move where Cupertino launched the iPhone SE? It turns out that one of Apple's best-selling phones is a design that's a crazy 6 years old. There seems to be some logic in Apple retaining the design of the iPhone 6 for a 4th generation. For us gadget fans, that's not necessarily a good thing, but it seems that most iPhone users just don't want such a dramatic change. I actually don't have much to complain about with the hardware. The move to a glass back has made this phone less slippery to the hand and less prone to the oxidation effect that I've noticed on older Apple devices with 7000 series aluminum after they hit about a year of use. It also enables the benefit of Qi wireless charging for added convenience. I don't regret going for the space gray model. I love how the lighter tone of black on the aluminum borders blends with the lighter tone on the glass. And I also love that the chrome finish of the Apple logo in the iPhone text has made a comeback. Yes, this is a fingerprint magnet, though you actually have to see the phone from an angle to notice them. And for those of you that are annoyed, a dbrand skin will always help out with that. Yes, the front bezels seem obsolete for 2017's aspect ratio trends, but they enable Touch ID in a reachable spot and the stereo speakers that most competitors are missing at the moment, with the 7 costing slightly less. The Retina HD IPS LCD continues to be as accurate as ever thanks to the blend of support of the P3 color gamut and True Tone technology, which helps the display adapt to the light surrounding it. At 4.7 inches, it's also one of the few screens left that I can fully operate with one hand. A fun fact about the iPhone 8 is that even if there's a cooler iPhone 10 in the horizon, the 8 is as well equipped and powerful as the 10. It sports the same A11 Bionic processor, the same storage options, similar amounts of RAM, same connectivity, meaning improvements in Bluetooth 5 are also here, same IP67 water and dust resistance, and yes, the same lack of a headphone jack. Fast charging is supported, but I decided not to spend an insane $70 on extra accessories for it, and you don't really need it with a battery this small. iOS 11 is Apple's most robust version of its mobile operating system ever. iPhones don't get as much fun as iPads, but you will notice a completely new user interface in a few services like the App Store, and those store changes extend even to iMessage. Siri has also gotten a more natural voice, new improvements in translation features, and if you're an Apple Music user, which I'm not, apparently you get benefits like being able to have Siri detect what your favorite music is. Control Center is definitely my favorite update. Aside from the bottom is seriously the way these gestures should operate, and the ability to select and then rearrange toggles is handy. Now, not all the changes are things that I like blending the notification shade with the lock screen, which can be kind of confusing. And I also don't like the fact that this whole Apple Pay Cash is something that I've been meaning to test, and it's still not available. And last but not least, for 10 years of iPhone, landing into the same home screen takes boring to a whole new level. Really, the reason why iOS remains popular is because of its robust ecosystem and services like iMessage or FaceTime, but not for the looks of the user interface. I've been using the iPhone 8 since launch day all around New York City. In typical Apple fashion, phone calls are loud, and connectivity is very reliable. I could even say that it outperforms the iPhone 7 in that department. The A11 Bionic chip has surprised everyone with its incredible performance. The obvious gliding through menus works without a stutter, choose graphics-intensive games and you'll notice no lag, and we've been using ARKit apps constantly as this is another one of the new things of iOS 11, and the phone works like a champ. Best of all, I don't know what Apple has done here, but this is the most battery efficient small iPhone that I have ever used. I reach end of day better on this phone than with many Android competitors that sport twice the amount of battery capacity. Another department where you can trust an iPhone is with its camera. Apple claims a refresh in sensors on the iPhone 8, but I can't really tell much of a difference. Photos on the iPhone 7 were already great, so you can expect that same quality on the iPhone 8. Apple tends to drift more into color accuracy than the punchy saturation we see on competitors, but I'll admit that I prefer it mainly because it makes photo editing a lot easier. I also noticed that you get better quality when using iPhone on services like Instagram and Snapchat, which I usually use. But then the most important and flagship feature of the iPhone X is the fact that this small little phone is capable of doing what professional cameras still struggle to do, like recording video at 4K at 60 frames per second, or doing slow motion video at 1080p at 240 frames per second. Video recording continues to be one of the best things that this phone can do, and I also love the fact that Apple finally fixed the field of view of the selfie camera, meaning you can actually use this phone for vlogging as well. To conclude, I have to admit that I'm shocked at how little I regret choosing the smaller iPhone. If you've been watching our earlier coverage, you'll know that I wasn't too happy with the larger iPhone 7 Plus last year. My most important leads of a smartphone are always great battery life, great performance, water resistance, and the great camera, and the iPhone 8 delivers every single one without a problem. For those of you asking who this phone is for, I'm going to go out on a limb and call this Apple's way of providing users with a good plan B. See, the news are that the iPhone X won't be easy to get this year. Yield rates for Face ID are a terrible 10%, with insane delays that could extend the iPhone X way beyond December. Those of you wanting the best iPhone right now can get most of that package with the iPhone 8. Sure, you're missing out on the bragging rights of the new iPhone X, its gorgeous front that's all screen and finally OLED, and even Face ID. But those of us that have been using Apple products for years now know that Apple is terrible at first-generation products, and we could call this iPhone X more of a first-generation product. The iPhone 8 is a great smartphone that I don't mind recommending to friends and family. Definitely Apple's most conservative way to ensure that you don't miss out on the new iPhone in 2017. And folks, remember, the glass back means fingerprints and smudges are always a given. Dbrand skins will eliminate those fingerprints and add some grip to your upcoming iPhone 8, or any iPhone for that matter. Check out dbrand.com/iPhone or visit the link in the description below to customize yours. And also remember that we have more videos of the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, so make sure you follow us on social media and hit that subscribe button as well for more videos like this one. The top card is for Juan's Real Camera Review, and the bottom will take you to my initial impressions of the iPhone 8. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.